How's it going, guys? My name is Phamily Shucks and welcome to another episode of Clash of Clans. This is part 2 of the subscriber base review. This is a continuation of the other episode and we have 2 more participants in this video. Now first off we have Gnocclo from the Dark Sky family. If you guys don't already know, Dark Sky is part of the Sky family, which used to be Bonby is a cat. Now they split up into 5 clans, I believe. There's Dark Sky, Violent Sky, Crimson Sky, Azure Sky, and Golden Sky. And those are the 5 clans that make up the Sky family. So going back to the base, you can see Gnocclo is a Town Hall 10. Right off the bat, you can tell he is high upgraded, high level. He is a level 102, so that just goes to tell like how much time he spent on this game so far. So right off the bat, I notice his level 9 walls. If you guys do not already know, level 9 walls cost 1 million to upgrade each, and they aren't very cheap. Not even level 8 walls are fairly cheap. They're $500,000, but they're still pretty costly. But 1 million for each wall is bizarre. So I applaud you for that. And if you guys don't already know, level 9 walls take at least 3 wall breakers to break into these walls, aside from 2 wall breakers to get into level 8 walls and lower level walls. So, aside from your placement of these walls, I like how these ones cover this flat surface right here. Now that you know that level 9 walls take 3 wall breakers to get into, maybe put these walls on the outside rim of your base. That way an attacker takes more wall breakers just to get into this first layer right here. Now if you don't already want to do that, I really strongly recommend you use these level 9 walls to strengthen your T or cross sections right here. Now these cross sections in the middle are highly recommended that you upgrade, especially on your base, because once an attacker breaks just this one wall right here, they have access to all 3 compartments right here. And that is a vital part of your base, because you do not want an attacker to easily get into your base. So probably strengthen those up and do that along the space, especially right here. Probably this couple walls right here, especially this right here, and then probably this one. I noticed that you have a level 8 wall right here, but then you have a level 9 wall right here. I'd rather you switch those out, aside from having this level 9 wall just outside. What I also noticed is that you have 3 expos. 2 of them are level 4. This one's probably fairly new, since you probably just got it, and you're upgrading that to level 2. So that's always good. And then in the middle, you have a very centralized clan castle. There's probably no other way an attacker can lure this clan castle out unless they break into your walls. And then what I also noticed in the center is that you have 2 Inferno Towers. Now 2 Inferno Towers are probably the strongest thing on defense aside from your expos. And what I noticed at a high trophy range, people tend to use freeze spells a lot, especially Town Hall 10s. Now as you rise in the trophy count, you probably want to spread out your Inferno Towers a little bit more. That way they can't be deactivated for a certain amount of time by one freeze spell. So probably move this Inferno Tower up to the left a little more, and probably switch this level 1 Inferno Tower with this P.E.K.K.A. King, statue of the P.E.K.K.A. That way they aren't so close to each other, but are still able to be covered by each other's range, and they can still give maximum damage to its radius. Now what I also noticed is that you have 4 level 8 air defenses. That is very nice. You have them very symmetrical, 2 on each side, and that is very good. Next you have your maxed out wizard towers. They seem to be doing the covering of these 2 storages. What I also noticed you have your very maxed out, well, used to be maxed out Barb King and Archer Queen. They are now maxed out at level 40 instead of the usual level 30 since that last update. What is also good about this base, you have very good coverage, especially these archer towers do a good job of covering the outside buildings, which is probably key at a high level since you don't want archers just picking off buildings for free. If you do want a free shield, I recommend just moving your town hall out a little more. That way you don't have people just full out attacking your base sometimes, because instead of picking off a town hall, people will decide just to use their troops to attack your base full on instead. Now, what else is good about this base? Don't spread out your defenses so much, because you see this huge gap in between your archer tower and your cannon right here, and then you do not have a defense right here in replace of this archer queen. Now if you spread out your defenses too much, they won't have coverage of each other, because coverage of each other's defenses are really key, especially in so that way their defense can support each other when an attack is coming on. So probably move, find another defense to replace or to fill in, or just to help out these two defenses. And then you also do not have a cannon over here or archer over here like you do on this right side. Also, I probably figure that you're farming at the moment just because you have your mortars inside the center instead of on the outside, because as you go up in the trophy count, especially in Crystal 3 and higher, people tend not to have their mortars in the middle. They tend to have their point defenses more protected rather than the splash, just because splash does not do a huge bit of damage to units such as the golem. You'd rather have an expo more protected, and then just to take out that golem as fast as possible. So probably if you're trophy hunting, just move your mortar out to this outer ring, and if you are farming, I noticed that you have your archer queen in the middle. Just replace this mortar with this archer queen, and then just shift this wizard tower over, or just keep it there, but you'll still get that coverage of these two storages, and that goes the same on each side. So overall, a really good base, very high upgraded, very maxed out. Obviously, you are working your way on this level 2 expo, and I think this one is all it takes just to max out your base and your walls, of course. But just make sure you upgrade, or you use these level 9 walls to upgrade these T-junctions, just because they're very crucial in your defense, especially in this part, just because they'll have access to 3 compartments. So overall, a really good base. You do not really need to upgrade a lot, except for these walls. But I really like this base, and I applaud you for that. And let's move on with the next base. Alrighty guys, I am back with Rahul Ramesh from Chapter 1. Now right off the bat, I can tell that this is Pingfao's trophy design. Rahul made this into a farming just because he put his town hall outside and just replaced it with this dark elixir. Now, just looking at this, I can see you have very well placed mortar placements. They are level 6, and also along with your wizard towers, and these are both maxed out for Town Hall 8. Now, if you guys don't already know, this is Pingfao's design. Since I am from Clan DTP, this isn't the first time I've seen this base. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying there are some flaws which some members have pointed out of this base. But let's jump right into it. First off, I noticed about your wall upgrading. It is really well upgraded. They're both level 8. However, your wall usage isn't really, well, a little bit off. For example, these 2 level 8 walls along on each of these 4 sides aren't really necessary, just because level 8 walls act the same as level 7 walls either way. They'll both take level 2, not level 2, but 2 wall breakers just to get in 2. And also, using these level 8 walls as funneling is fairly useless, just because no wall breakers will attack this. So instead, just replace these 3 walls with level 7 walls and just use these level 8 walls onto your base. Now, first off, the main point of this base is for its funneling. Now I hope you are putting spring traps in front of these cannons on each side, since it will attract giants to them. And then for these builder huts, you could just put nothing or put little bombs right there. Now, I also noticed that you are upgrading your Teslas to level 6. Those are really costly. They cost at least 3 million to upgrade to level 6, and they take 12 days to upgrade. So, I like how you're upgrading those first. I don't know your upgrading strategy, but I'm guessing it's going from the longest upgrade to the shortest upgrade. You'll probably do your shortest upgrade as you near end of Town Hall 8 going on to Town Hall 9. I can probably assume this just because you have your cannons and archer towers not leveled up yet, since cannons do take the shortest amount of time to upgrade and they are the cheapest to upgrade. Now, out of these two spots right here, I'm guessing you have another Tesla there, and probably for a giant bomb in one of these areas or some traps. Now, I like that just because they're next to the storages, so they'll probably attract infantry, especially mass goblins. Now, what I don't like is how both these gold storages are placed in this one compartment. Now, I'd advise just to switch it around, like probably putting it somewhere else. I'm not sure where you would put it, just because you have a strange assortment of these storages. Like, you only have 2, but you have 3 gold. But overall, it's really good. Just don't keep them in the same compartment, because then it'll just attract people to this one side. What else is good? I like how your air defenses are in the middle. It'll deter away any air attacks, especially dragons and balloons. I would suppose you have air bombs between these small gaps on each side, just to kill off minion attacks. So that way they don't pick off your buildings really easily next to these cannons, since cannons cannot shoot minions. Now, also, what else is there? As I said before, you're probably upgrading your archer tower and your cannons last, just because they are the cheapest and they have the least amount of days to upgrade. I noticed that your Barb King's upgrading to level 9. That's really good. That costs at least, I actually don't know how much that costs, just because I am saving up for my level 7 Barb King, which I am almost there. Now I see that you are saving your Dark Elixir, only 8,000, probably not essential just because you just upgraded your Barb King, and you probably do not use minions when you go on the attack. So let's talk about this flaw of this base. So some of my clan members have said the flaw of this base results in the corner. Now, the corner of this base, if you rage it and put giants, they will not attract to these funneling, which is the crucial part of this base. So I'm not sure how you would strengthen this, but since you are using Pingfao's defense or base layout, it's just a heads up that if people attack you from the corners, don't be surprised. It's just a weak point of this base, and instead giants will just stroll right through and then just take out these 2 compartments probably. So overall, a really good base. I like how you're upgrading. You seem to be doing the longest amount of time to the shortest. Very high leveled walls. Just make sure you use them in the appropriate places, such as these 2 and then these 3 on each side. Just use them for the walls on your base. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. This is a close to my subscriber base review. There will be another one in the future. So, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Peace.